Greetings and welcome aboard to Heavy Metal Truckers, where we give our thoughts and perspectives on all things heavy, even if you don't like it. We are your hosts. In this video, we are doing the latest single. I almost want to say it's potentially the last single before the album, but I have my doubts. This is the latest single from Sabaton, and it is called Crossing the Rubicon, and they've collaborated with Nothing More. And we're going to see if we want to hear nothing more from this. You see what I did there? Never mind.
Cradle to the sword, a sign of what's to come, of what can be undone, unto conquest tempting fate, in the footsteps of the great. A consul on the move is building bridges, and his enemies enter the field, knowing the fate has been sealed. Africa, Italy, Spain, and all will kneel. He's crossing the Rubicon.
Gentlemen?
So, as I mentioned, I'm not a fan of Nothing More. I've never really cared for the music. The lead vocalist doesn't know how to keep a shirt on, which her voice sounds really annoying in music. So I'm really glad this wasn't a music video.
Okay.
That being said, I actually really enjoyed the song. This might be my second favorite that I've heard so far out of the ones we've heard that are going to be on this album. I don't know, it had a good flow to it, a good groove to it. It was, I don't know, it, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, it was good. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed this one, minus studio.
Gotcha. Frosty?
Yeah, no, this one was pretty damn good. I've heard some things from Nothing More, and I have an aversion to them as much as Doppler does. However, this one was pretty fun. The pitch shift was very well done. I do enjoy when pitch shifts happen in songs.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they do work, and sometimes
It's like
fall flat. This one, this one did very well for me. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's my second favorite of the ones that we've listened to so far. It's definitely up there though. Can't wait to hear the remainder of the album.
Okay. This one was absolutely up there for me. I'm not going to try and say whether it's my first, second, or third. I'm not going to try and categorize right now. I'm just going to generalize it's fucking up there because it was well done. For whatever reason, whenever they were doing Legends and I saw that they were going more mythological with this, I do not know why. I didn't think that they were think about them not covering Julius Caesar. I don't know why, but it never occurred to me. But that was fucking good. As far as Nothing More is concerned, to recollection, I've never really heard their material. Doppler's probably shown it to me before, and I just don't remember. So,
I don't think I have.
Okay, then we're gonna leave it at that.
It's kind of along my area.
Then I definitely, if I have heard it, it's probably been 3 seconds, and 33 to 30 seconds, and I just kind of cut off because, all due respect, it just wasn't for me. That being said, it didn't offend me that greatly whenever he went to the higher register. However, it made me think, I wonder how different this track would have been had Joachim got Miles Kennedy to do this with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
For those of you that may not know, just artist name, Miles Kennedy is the vocalist for Alter Bridge. And he's fucking good at it. Like, an exceptional vocalist. If you have any curiosity of his capabilities, just go and listen to...
Speaking of Alter Bridge, they just put out a song.
I know, I noticed, and I think I did write it down on our notes. No, I didn't. I will do that now. Okay, I thought I did. Even though I am getting to where I can't fucking stand this track because of how it's been overdone, the performance, the statement rests. Go check out Miles Kennedy and David Draymond whenever they both did Sound
of Silence.
Thank you. I've gotten to where I fucking hate that track now because I've heard it so goddamn much. And but yeah, they still did exceptionally well, and Miles just knocked it out of the goddamn ballpark. Like, David Draymond did really well with getting him to do that with them. But yeah, aside from that, Nothing More did very well for what this was. I have no knocks. I only hold praise. I'm just curious at this point. Are they ever going to do this live? Because we all know that Joachim cannot go to that register.
No, they have a backing track for that.
Something, yeah. Like, God, it'd be fucking hilarious to hear him try, though. But anyways, yeah, this was very well done. Kind of their good. This is like standard anthem from Sabaton, but well done in that it kind of takes its own presence and its own characteristic, which I really enjoy. This being said, I finally remembered what I meant to tell you guys the last time I had spoken about Sabaton with in regards to whenever Ola did an interview with them. So some intriguing news as far as anyone who goes to see them live, they are no longer having a tank on stage because they have gone away from doing the World War I theme. They've done it for 2 albums now, and they have moved on to mythology. So they are having a new stage setup, and Pa did not give a lot of insight as to what was going on because he wants to make it a surprise. But it's apparently going to be really cool, which at this point they have a hell of a vision, and I can't wait to see what it is. The other interesting thing I discovered about Sabaton is that they got famous and got really big with the younger crowd due to a show they played in 2006 with Lordi. And they were opening for Lordi, and because they didn't understand the Swedish crowd or there's the Swedish community, they tried to go on like a standard metal group and tried to go on at 11 and playing almost well into 12:30 at night whenever the kiddos have to go to bed. So the kids got to see Sabaton, and then Lordi came up and the parents pulled them out of the show going, okay, it's time to go because you got your kid thing to do, but they still were able to get the merch. So from that point on, they were hearing that, yeah, we got to go see Sabaton, and it was awesome. Whenever they were there to see Lordi, I thought that was cool. And of course, they Sabaton had no disrespect towards Lordi. They enjoy the guys, but it's just how that was managed wasn't the best.
Lordi opened for Sabaton a couple tours ago.
Interesting how the tables have turned that way.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is funny. Well, again, no offense to Lordi, they're a great group in their own right. I definitely am more along the lines of Sabaton, and Sabaton have fucking earned it because they know how to put on a show, and they don't restrict themselves to 18 and up. That's one thing that they've done differently that not a lot of groups are doing anymore. And they've opened up their audience space by doing that. And so now they have whole generations listening to them that love what they're doing. And obviously damn it. I should have done this before we started.
Probably.
Anyways, I could do it until the end of this. We're really glad you could be here. And if you have any opposition, please fight us in the comments. Until next time, keep rolling heavy.